Imagine a ghost ship drifting aimlessly through the vast Atlantic Ocean, its sails billowing in the wind, but not a soul on board. Sounds like something out of a horror movie, right? Well, buckle up, because we're about to dive into one of the most baffling maritime mysteries of all time. The year was 1872, and the world was about to be rocked by a discovery that would leave sailors, investigators, and conspiracy theorists scratching their heads for centuries to come. The Mary Celeste, a merchant brigantine, was found abandoned in the middle of the ocean, with no crew, no explanation, and enough fuel to make your imagination run wild. But let's rewind a bit, shall we? The Mary Celeste set sail from New York City on November 7th, bound for Genoa, Italy. On board were Captain Benjamin Briggs, his wife, their young daughter, and a crew of 7 experienced sailors. The ship was loaded with 1,701 barrels of industrial alcohol, and everything seemed shipshape for a routine voyage across the Atlantic. Fast forward to December 4th, and things take a turn for the bizarre. The British brig Dei Gratia spots a ship behaving erratically in the distance. As they draw closer, they realize it's the Mary Celeste, looking a bit worse for wear, but still very much afloat. The Dei Gratia's crew boards the vessel, expecting to find their fellow sailors in distress. Instead, they're greeted by an eerie silence and a ship that looks like it's been abandoned in a hurry. Now imagine walking onto that ghost ship. The sails are partially set, flapping in the wind like restless spirits. Personal belongings are strewn about, as if the crew had vanished mid-conversation. There's a half-eaten meal in the galley, and the ship's log is missing its final entries. It's like stepping into a moment frozen in time, with no explanation for what happened next. But here's where things get really weird. The Mary Celeste's cargo was intact, and there was plenty of food and water on board. The ship's papers and valuables were untouched, ruling out piracy. And get this, there was still 6 months' worth of food and water supplies. So what could have possibly driven 10 people to abandon a perfectly seaworthy vessel in the middle of the ocean? Theories started swirling faster than a whirlpool. Some said it was pirates, others claimed it was a mutiny gone wrong. The more imaginative folks suggested sea monsters or alien abductions. But let's be real, if aliens were involved, you'd think they'd at least leave a note, right? As investigators combed through the evidence, they found some intriguing clues. There was a frayed rope hanging off the side of the ship, suggesting a possible attempt to tow the ship's lifeboat. The ship's chronometer and sextant were missing, items essential for navigation. But here's the kicker, one of the ship's pumps had been disassembled, and there was about 3.5 feet of water in the hold. Now picture this. You're on a ship in the middle of the Atlantic and you start taking on water. Panic sets in, right? But here's the thing. 3.5 feet of water isn't enough to sink a ship like the Mary Celeste. So why abandon ship? Some experts suggest that the crew might have overreacted to a small leak, fearing an explosion from the alcohol cargo. But wait, there's more. Weather reports from the time indicate that the Mary Celeste might have sailed through a seaquake. Imagine the ship suddenly shuddering and shaking as if gripped by an invisible hand. Could this have spooked the crew into thinking the ship was about to break apart? As the years rolled by, the mystery of the Mary Celeste only deepened. Books were written, movies were made, and countless theories were spun. But the truth remained as elusive as a mermaid's song. So here we are, over 150 years later, still captivated by the ghost ship that sailed into legend. The Mary Celeste stands as a testament to the ocean's ability to keep secrets, reminding us that sometimes the most fascinating stories are the ones without an ending. As we sail away from this tale of maritime mystery, remember this. The next time you're out on the open water and you see a ship in the distance, take a closer look. You never know what secrets it might be hiding. And who knows, maybe someday someone will finally crack the code of the Mary Celeste. Until then, we'll keep watching the horizon, wondering what other mysteries the vast blue sea has in store for us.